Oi, you, over here. Yes, you Yankee danky doodle shite. Come here. A little bit closer. Come on. Did you know that 69% of viewers aren't subscribed to this channel?
Well, no, but I didn't ask either.
Oi, listen here, you little shit. I'm gonna bash
Oi,
you.
don't you dare fucking talk to me
Nah,
like
you're
that.
not
I'll
allowed to
fucking
say
throw
shit,
you.
mate. I'll walk to your house
Hey.
and physically
Nah,
beat you up.
button
Nah.
this off, man.
Fuck you, mate. Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the Ultimate Banana channel. But today, as you can see, we are doing a tier list. This is a tier list of every single weapon or item that has been in Fortnite, except for a few. Like, I know, like, the OG, like, SMG isn't here, for example. There's a few others that aren't here. But we will make with what we have. So the first weapon, we have the silenced SMG. Nowadays, the silenced SMG, I reckon, is probably one of the worst weapons, that like one of the worst SMGs that you can find. But I remember when it like first came out, especially like the higher tiers, like a purple, whatever. Or no, it was blue. I think I remember even like the blue one back in the day was like as good as a gold scar. So like back then it would have been like an S tier gun, but I think now, since it's just so bad, I think it's gonna be just it can be used right off spawn, like it just can. Okay, so next we have the Scar. Now, like, even, like, back in the day, the Scar was probably the best weapon in the game, arguably. But nowadays it can be, it's rivaled by the Gold Burst. But I remember, back in, like, the old days, like, season, like, 1, 2, 3, when you found a Gold Scar, like, it was over for you, the opposition. Like, you were just winning the game. So for that, Scar's gotta go in the S tier. Now, the what's it called, the Shatari weapon for the Avengers Endgame event. I think there's like both of them down here. Like when the event came out, yes, it was like a very good thing, but it's basically like, you know, just stormtrooper weapons. It's just it it was. Let's put them both in practical. Let's do that. Now, another mythic. Captain America's shield. If it wasn't an event weapon, it would go in S tier. But just because it was a part of that Avengers Endgame event, I think it's going in practical. Now, Jesus Christ. Deadpool's pistols. I'm just gonna be honest, they're absolute trash. Like, for Marvel to add a character to the game and for like Fortnite to just rip it off with that weapon, that it just no, never happening again. Now, Stormtrooper one is it's it was pretty good, to be honest, but it's just the accuracy that was just trash. So I think it could go in practical, but I wouldn't really choose it over any of the other practical weapons. Now, I believe this is Hawkeye's bow. I think that's what it is, yeah. Again, like, I'm just gonna grab all the Avengers ones and just put him in practical because they really don't deserve the S tier, even though the Iron Man gauntlets were absolutely amazing. Now, memory serves me correctly, is there another Infinity Blade in here, or is there only one? Seems to be only one Infinity Blade. Okay, so it's just the Infinity Blade. It's just going straight into the most broken thing ever, because like, remember when it like first came out? All we had to do was just pull it out of the ground, and basically whoever got it first, like I say, whoever had the best drop, or who could tank the most pickaxe hits while grabbing it. So I reckon just for that, like even in like that Fortnite like tournament, when someone was using it, it was just mad. So for that, it's got to go in most broken. Heavy sniper. Now, when it first came out, I think it was a very good weapon when it first came out. But ever since they did that, like the damage fix, where it went from like a 150 to like 25 or something, which it was like, it was a good idea that they did it, but it just takes off like, it makes the weapon just worse, does it? So I will put it in S tier, but the older one, for say, will go in S tier. C4s. Now. I actually haven't used C4 in a while, even though they were in the game last season. I didn't really use them that much at all. But I remember when they first came out, I think the hype around this weapon, especially for me, was mental. So I can, like, I'm going to put him in can be used off spawn, honestly, because, like, back in the day, they were amazing, but then again, like, it's just another inventory slot that you could either have, like, shields or a sniper or something in, so I'm going to put it in can be used on spawn. Now, TNTina's Boombo, unless this is... No, TNTina's Boombo is not there. So this is TNTina's Boombo. I reckon it was... The mythic Boombo is about as good as the original Boombo was back in the day. But no one used it, so I'm going to put it in practical. Now, the regular SMG. What do I have to say about this? I honestly... It is better than the scienced one, but actually, yeah, no. It'll go in practical. It's just a classic SMG, really. Brutus's minigun. Jesus Christ. I think it's gotta go in most broken thing ever. Like, the fire rate and damage to builds on this thing, like, Jesus Christ, I'm so glad it's not season 2 anymore. Like, it's just, if you didn't have this minigun, like, when you were at the grotto, you're dead, because the person who had it would just mow you down. It doesn't matter how many, like, times you turbo build, it'll just go through. Alright, so the next one will be the FAMAS burst assault rifle. In, like, this season, I think this is probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, because it's 2 shots. Like, yes, you can control, like, where your shots are going, sort of, but even, like, I remember when this first came out, when it was, like, basically a heavy burst. It was a purple and gold, and even then it was just dog trash, so I think I'm going to put it in can be used right off spawn. Okay, so the purple and gold tac shotgun. Like, it has to go in S tier. Like, come on, it's a tac shotgun, but it's better. Like, and the tac is, like, nowadays the tac trash, but, like, come on. I reckon this could be, like, a gold one of these could be, like, maybe even better than, like, a purple pump or something. Like, it's just ridiculous. But for the normal tac, I'm gonna have to put it in practical. Like, it's just practical. Like you can use it before game, you can use it like late game, you can use it mid game. It just is. Now, the poison dart trap. I remember in season 8, was it, when this came out, I actually saw a lot of potential for this trap, but then I used it, and then I'm just gonna put it in absolute dog shit. Like honestly, it has bullet, like, not bullet drop. It has like a delay in the bullets, so it's just, and it does 10 damage as well. So you're not gonna die from it straight away. So it's just trash, really. So now, airstrike. This got added in season X, I believe, and I thought when this came out that this is going to be like as broken as the Infinity Blade, but when I used it for the first time, like, it was pretty cool in how it worked, but like the delay between it like going off and the rockets actually coming down, like, it was a little bit too long. Like if you heard like the alarm go off, you just run out of the danger zone and you'd be safe. So for that, I think it's gonna go off. Can be used on spawn. Now, regular AR. I think like it's got to go on practical. Like honestly, you could use it. Like I think it's one of the most OG weapons, with along with the tac and like the bolt action sniper. Like you can use it at any point in the game and it'll just do its job. So yeah, it's going practical. So it's the semi-auto sniper rifle. If you like, I can't remember how much damage it did, but I honestly thought it was like the worst thing Fortnite added until they brought out like dynamite or something. Like it's just not good at all. But you can use it off spawn to like no scope someone if you just spam all your bullets at once. But like other than that, you're not gonna see a soccer skin rocking a semi-auto sniper in the top 3, are you? So it's just not gonna happen. Now, the purple and gold infantry rifle, I actually think that this is a S tier weapon, like 100%. Like when the original infantry rifle came out, like the green and grey and blue one, when it first came out, it was absolute trash. But then they made it hit scan, so it was better. And the blue one would just delete someone. So to have like a purple and gold one that just had like a bigger clip size, more damage, it was very good. Now, I actually can't tell if this is the P90 or the purple and gold SMG from like chapter 2 season 1. But actually, hold up, let me put this here for a sec. There's this one here. They are both literally the exact same. Actually, wait, no, this one's the normal SMG. So for this one, it is worse than the P90. So, and the P90 was like, I'm gonna put this one in practical because it is better. Like it's pretty much like this one, but it's just higher up, really. Now for the original boom bearer, it's no, not in there. It's got to go in S tier. Like when it first came out, it did like 100 damage, like a minimum, even if you didn't hit the person, and like it's mad. Like when it came back for like an LTM or something, it wasn't as broken, but definitely not as good as TNT. Like it's got to go higher than that. So it's gonna go in S. Bottle rockets. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is probably the worst thing that happened since Adolf Hitler took over Germany. Like, come on. Like, whose idea was it to invent a rocket like launcher that sits on the ground and shoots like 10 fireworks at you. Like, yes, it did good damage, but it's just no, just no. Now for the burst SMG, I'm not gonna lie, this was actually pretty good for like the first 3 weeks until people just didn't use them really. I don't know why actually, because the grey one, like I'm gonna say, can be used right off spawn because like let's say you go to Retail Row, go to the doghouse, you walk through the front door and you see one of these with a grey pistol next to it. Which one are you gonna pick up? The pistol, exactly. So I'm just gonna put this in absolute dog shit. So the next one is the Batman Batarang. I reckon that's an S. Like it was overpowered, like to like the next level. Like it's like a legit like a homing like throwable that does damage. And actually no, I'll put it in practical. It was very good, but then again, if I was to put the Batman Batarang in S tier, then the Iron Man gauntlets had to go there as well. So that's not going to happen. Now for the Klinger, I honestly think this goes up there with the grenade because I think this was probably the best, the best explosive throwable in the game. Honestly, like the range you could throw this is mental. So I'm not gonna put it in S tier because you can't you can't put a Klinger on the same level as a gold scar, but I'm gonna put it in practical because it's very good. Combat shotgun. I'm instantly going to put this in S tier. Like when I've said this a lot, but when this first came out, I don't think people were actually too fond of it due to the fact that the pump got vaulted. But like people got used to it. It's basically the charged shotgun of season. Like it's legit the charged shotgun. No, like everyone hated it at like the start, but it's just getting better and better. People know how to use it, and it's just a very good overall weapon. Like the fire rate and the range on this thing is just mental. So that's going in S tier definitely. Now, I think this is this the Fiend Hunter? No, this is the original crossbow. Absolute dog shit. I'm gonna put the other one in absolute dog shit as well, actually, because like they're both basically zombie killing weapons, and they're just trash overall. Like the original one was good for like it was a very early version of a silent sniper, but like it's just not good. Now for the tactical assault rifle, I think this was. I'm gonna put this in S tier, honestly. Like this can be used as an AR and an SMG. So basically, if you were rocking a blue purple tack with like a purple one of these, you could have 3 slots for like whatever else you need, like clingers, bottle rockets, or whatever else, like shields, health, and like the fire rate and the damage was very good. So it's got to go in S tier. Now the double barrel shotgun. I didn't like this weapon at all. Like in public matches, if you shot this from about 10 meters away from the person, it would do no damage. Like you legit had to be a solid nose hair away from the person to actually get some damage in. So I'm gonna put in off spawn reliable, or can be used off spawn. Drum shotgun. I'm actually going to put this in practical because I think it was actually a very good shotgun. But I must admit that if you had a blue one of these, you were doing bits if you were rushing into someone's box. But if you had like a grey or green one, especially the grey one, that was trash. So I am going to put this in practical because it's practical. Now, the OG drum gun. This did get unvaulted in season 8, but I think it got vaulted again like another season or 2 after that. It's going in S tier. The drum gun is going in S tier because I think it's the most overpowered SMG that like this game has ever seen. Like the damage it did, the fire rate, it was just mental. I remember when it came out in like season like 4 or 5 or whatever it was. Like if someone had one of these and you were like coming up against it, you were going to die. Like there's no other way about it. So that just it just happened. Now for the dualies, the dual wielded pistols. I'm gonna put these in can be used off spawn because the bloom wasn't great, and if you saw someone carrying these in the late game, then you would question them and probably ask their parents to put them up for adoption. So, like honestly, like you don't. There's no need. Now the deagle, it's legit. Like I'm gonna put this in S tier. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it in practical because it doesn't one-shot wooden walls anymore. When it did, if you had like that and like a deagle and an RPG, like the most overpowered combo of all time. But then again, I think people just got used to it because if someone shot an RPG at you, and like I don't even think like heavy snipers would have been a thing, but if someone shot an RPG at your box, you would probably figure that they have either a heavy sniper or a deagle. So better watch out for that wall. But it's gonna go on practical for me, honestly. Now, dynamite, dog trash. Honestly, the amount within the time when you threw it and when it hit the ground, when it exploded, I could honestly walk to Tesco in like Northern Ireland and then walk back to Australia before it explodes. So that's going absolute dog shit for me. Now, Meowscles AK. I'm going to put this in practical. And yes, it's a mythic, but it's going in practical because it's the worst mythic. Honestly, like, if you didn't have good aim, and I'm on console, and I don't even think, like, I don't even have good aim with AKs because I absolutely hate them. Like, actually, no, it's going practical. It's just not good. But however, with Midas's drum gun, it's going in the most broken thing ever. Even like, where's Jules' drum gun thing? Right here. Both of these are going in absolute like the most broken thing ever because, like, it's just self-explanatory. If the drum gun's here, like if this drum gun's here, this one's gonna like these two are gonna be up here because they're just better. Sky's assault rifle is also going in the most broken thing ever because the fire rate on this, like honestly, shot faster. Like it shoots faster than the normal Scar. It does more damage. Like it's just if someone had this and you were like peeking ever so slightly, you'd be dead within nearly a millisecond. So that's gonna go in most broken thing ever. The flashlight pistol, I can't really rate this because it's not actually in Battle Royale, it's in creative. But it's basically just a normal pistol with the... Actually, it's a normal pistol but with a flashlight. So I'm gonna leave it until I rate the normal pistol. So, but the heavy shotgun, this honestly is like the heavy shotgun is the combat shotgun dad. Like this is basically the combat shotgun, but like the first iteration. So like it had a longer range than both tac and pump shotguns. It had more damage at the time, but like nowadays, like if you find one of these and like a tac set next to it, you'd probably choose the tac. I'm not gonna lie. Now, bolt action sniper, instantly S tier. It does like blue one does like 90 something body shot, obviously 200 plus headshot. Like it's just an OG weapon. Like I even remember back in the day when the bolt action had a crosshair. It was unbelievable. But yeah, that's going in S tier without a doubt. Now for the original 3-tap burst, or just triple burst I should probably call it, the grey, green, and blue one. I'm gonna put this as can be used off spawn because, again, if you saw someone late game rocking a green burst, you'd question their life choices. Actually, no. If someone was running around with a burst in their hands in like the top 20, they'd probably be a Manchester United supporter. So I mean, can't really blame them for being that retarded. But yeah, that's gonna go and can be used off a spawn. Thanos' glove, instantly, like turning into Thanos. Like when this game mode first came out in season 4, like oh my god, turning into Thanos was probably the greatest thing to ever happen in this game. And like just think about it. You had like the power stone, did like a laser thing. You could punch someone with a time stone. You could have like a jump and then just smash down with a space stone. It was just mad. 100% going in the most broken thing ever. Now, the scoped assault rifle. I don't really know what to say about this one because I actually quite liked this. Like towards the end, but like when it came out and when it had like that little like triangle like reticule or whatever it's called in like the middle, it's just it was very bad. But I'm gonna put this in practical because you could use this as a sniper kind of. Silenced AR. I'm gonna immediately put this in can be used off spawn because it's like you don't like no, it's so inaccurate. The damage dropped off. It's just not as good as it used to be. It's just no. RPG S tier 100%. Like what's a more name a more powerful explosive than the RPG? I'll wait here. And I will wait here forever because there is nothing more powerful. So it's like it's an OG weapon. It's very good. So obviously going in S tier. The grenade. I'm gonna have to also put this on the same level as the clinger in practical because I think especially in season 10 where people would actually use grenades, like they do 100 damage. You could hold up to like 6 of them. I think like back in chapter 1 you could hold up to 10, but now Fortnite just make things that were fun into not fun, so it's gonna go on practical. The grenade launcher. I really want this weapon back in the game because I think this is probably the most fun thing to use. Like honestly, like trying to like aim, like trying to get the angle and where the thing's gonna bounce. It's gonna go on practical. Guided missile S tier 100%. Like who else like doesn't like a rocket, like the rocket launcher, but you can control where it goes? Who's not gonna like that? Like honestly, the damage was good. The only bad side to it is that your character stood still, so if you were like behind a tree and someone knew you were there, they could just heavy snipe you, and then you just start crying, and then all hell will break loose. But it's gonna go in S tier. I actually really want this one back as well. For the LMG, however, I'm gonna put it in practical. I was gonna put it in most broken thing ever, but then I realized that it's very bad at like long range. Same as the drum gun, really, but like, actually no. Let's put it in most broken thing ever. It does, like people, just listen. It does 50 damage onto a headshot, and it shoots faster than the drum gun. Think about that. 50. You'd be dead in 4 shots, and it has 100 of them in one clip. Think about it. Very good weapon. Harpoon. I'm gonna put instantly in practical because you can both fish and you can fish with it, and you can kill people with it. It does 75 damage to players, reels them towards you as well. I'm pretty sure you can like reel like bandages and shields and that towards you as well, so that's a very good feature. It's gonna go on practical. Now this. Wait, why are there 3 bows? I know it's going in shit anyway. Wait, are these two the same bow? Or am I tripping balls? Because no, this is Cupid's, and this is the the Fiend Hunter one. But what I don't know what that one. Whatever. Hunting rifle. Again, S tier. like it's probably the most famous sniper to date. It is back in the game now, and it's very good. So that's gonna go in S tier. Infantry rifle. This is a very interesting one. Like I said, when it came out, it wasn't a hit scan, so it's basically a sniper without a scope. It's like the hunting rifle, but you could actually use like the hunting rifle properly. With this, you just no. I'm gonna go in off spawn, like reliable if you know scope maybe, but like especially only reason why it's not in absolute dog shit is because it went hit scan. So that's gonna go there. Pump shotgun, same as the tac really. You can like it's practical. You can hold it start, middle, and end game. So nothing much really to say about that. Junk rift, however, it was a counter to the mechs, but like no one really used them to counter mechs. They just used them to hit players with a Diplodocus. So I'm gonna put in practical. It was very, very good. Very, very good. The Kingsman. I'm gonna put in can be used off spawn because, like, picture this: you walk into a building. There's like you've already got like an AR shotgun, like sniper. You got minis and med kits or an SMG or whatever. You walk into a building. There's like 20 people left, and you see this. Are you picking it up? Yes or no? If you said yes, then you deserve to die alone. If you said no, then I will give you a high five and I see you next. So it's going in. It can be used like if you find it as like the very first thing, you can use it, but anything else is just no. The lightsaber. I'm gonna put like I don't know why there's more than one, but I'm gonna put all the lightsabers in practical because like who doesn't love a lightsaber honestly? But if you came up against one of these, it was very frustrating, I must admit. But like, come on, if you were using one, you were fine. Zapatron. I kind of have to put it in the most broken thing ever, especially since it got vaulted within 24 hours. But then again, if you really think about it, in that clip where it shows the guy using it, it only does 150 damage, and that wasn't a headshot. What is it? What other weapon does that remind you of, huh? The heavy sniper. Yes, the heavy sniper was better than the Zapatron, and it stayed in the game. So I reckon if they brought back the Zapatron, I reckon it'd be a very fun weapon to use. But I don't know what ammo it would use. They could probably actually create a new ammo type for that Zapatron. So that's going to go in the most broken thing ever, though. Now, the purple and gold AK. I'm just going to put that in practical. Honestly, because, again, basically the same as the Meowscles one. I don't like it, so it's going to go. But, like, if I found nothing else, like, if I didn't find auto ARs or a burst, I would use that, honestly. But, like, yeah, it's just not it, chief. Now, the mythic goldfish. I actually never used it myself, as I'm sure none of you guys did, because this is the rarest thing in the game, like, to ever be in the game. This did 200 damage minimum. So basically, this is a guaranteed 200, 200 pump, basically. This is basically a guaranteed 1 pump. And it's just ridiculous. And once you throw it, you could pick it back up, and it's nuts. Now for the turret, I'm gonna put it in practical because it was a very good thing. But if you got spotted by someone using a sniper, you were gonna get shot out of it. So I'm like, actually no, let's move it down one. Can be used off spawn. For the purple and golden revolver, I actually really like this one, but it's not going to go in S tier. I'm going to put it in practical because it's basically a better deagle. But like these two on the bottom here, like a deagle and the revolver, they're basically the same thing, but one shoots faster. So for that, it has to go on the same level, really. Now for the P90, I think this is most broken thing ever. When it first came out, had a faster fire rate than the Mythic drum gun. It did more damage, and it had 40 bloomin' bullets in it. Like, I'm trying to find a clip right now of someone using it like that. It was just ridiculous to think that this was in the game for longer than 72 hours. Now for the purple and gold pistol, I'm actually gonna put this in practical because it very if you piss off storage space, I don't care. All right, so for the pistol, if you found one of the purple or gold ones when you had like a grey or green AR, I would honestly take it over a grey and green AR because it's just that good. But like long ranges, it's not the best, but up close, if you could spam it fast enough, be golden. Now for the grey, green, and blue AK, I'm gonna put it in off spawn, like can be used off spawn, purely due to the fact that like if I have the where is it, the this one here, the purple and gold one here, then I've got to put this one down here because it's worse. The proximity grenade launcher, I'm gonna put this in very practical because like you could it didn't, well, I mean it did bounce, but as soon as it like went in within like a certain radius of someone, it exploded and did like 70 damage. I can pull up a clip here actually of me getting like a weird like trick shot with it. I'm sure most of you have seen it, but very very good. But the proximity mine, dog shit. Like honestly, it's just a grenade that doesn't explode unless someone walks past it, and even then it's like you could see it from like 600 miles away, and it just was not very good at all. This I actually I do know what it is, but I don't know what it was called. But I heard like for the like day and a half it was out, it was very good, so I'm gonna put it in practical. I didn't use it myself, but I heard stories. But for the purple and gold pump, S tier, 100%. Like it did like, I think the gold one does 200 headshot, like, and the purple one does like 100 something body shot, like ridiculous. If you could hit your shots with that, you're golden. Now for the quad launcher. It's S tier. It has to, because like this thing, if you had it, you could just spam someone, like especially if you were in duos and someone else had like a P90 or something, and you just spray the builds with this going on, absolute chaos would ensue. So that's going in S tier. Rapid fire SMG. It's going in practical, purely due to the fact that it has 20 bullets in it. If it had more than 20 bullets, I reckon it'd go in practical still, but like it's going in practical. Trap. S tier. What's better than the damage trap? 150 damage, like as soon as you like walk onto it, it spikes you. I don't really know what the terminology is for that. It kills you basically. It's mad. For the normal revolver, again, just like all the other ones, it's going in practical because when it was a very very fun weapon to use, I must admit, but the bloom, like, you had to be dead accurate with this, especially before first shot accuracy came out, and you weren't getting kills with this thing. You just miss 90% of your shots. Actually, wait, no. The OG SMG isn't here. Alright, let's redo that. Dog shit. Because I actually do remember using this weapon if I saw it sitting on the ground, even if I didn't have a weapon at all, I would walk past this. It was that bad. Like, it's legit it's basically the old version of the rapid fire, to be honest, now I think of it. It had, like, way worse bloom there. It was just trash. But now for the TAC SMG. I think this is going in S tier. This is probably the best, like, OG SMG of all time. Like, especially like the legendary one in season 10. Like, mad. It was just the fire rate, the damage, mental. Rusty can, dog shit. You could legit use your pickaxe and it'd be better than using a rusty can. Scoped revolver. Very interesting, actually, because I'm gonna put it in can be used off spawn, because the fire rate was it was so much slower than the normal revolver, but like it just wasn't great. Pistol. Now I can rate like the normal pistol and the flashlight one. I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna put them both in practical, because I remember the normal pistol. Like, if you had a good trigger finger, like if you could shoot fast, then you were fine. Even if you had a grey one, it was still pretty good. 6-shooter, dog shit. Like, if you remember when the 6-shooter came out, it was pretty slow fire rate, like very little damage, and when you were like tapping it fast without like aiming down sights, it was just trash. You couldn't hit any shots with it. It was nuts. Now for I think this is the snowball launcher. This is gonna go in S tier. Actually no, practical, because it's basically the same as the grenade launcher, just with snowballs. Stink bomb, practical. Throw it in someone's box. It's like 10 damage, I think. No, 5 damage. Wait, is it 5 or 10? I don't know. It was very good. If you threw this into someone's box, they had to get out, otherwise they were just tanking like stink, which is very weird to say, but yeah, practical. Now the Storm Scout Sniper. I'm gonna put this let's put it as practical, because the only reason why it's not going in absolute dog shit is because it told you where the next zone was. If it didn't tell you where the next zone was, it's probably the worst sniper of all time. But because of that, going in practical. Silent Sniper. It can be used off. No, actually, dog shit. Like, if you think about it, it's under 100 damage for a body shot. Like, yes, it's a bolt, but it's worse because it's got a silencer. Like, now, especially nowadays, it's just not good at all. So it's gonna go there. Thor's Stormbreaker is what it was called, actually. I'm gonna put it in practical, just like all the other Marvel ones. And yes, I know this Infinity Gauntlet is a Marvel one, but it's the Infinity Gauntlet. Think about it. So Stormbreaker is going in practical there. Thermal Assault Rifle. Now I actually quite liked this. I think it was much better than the regular scoped. So, but I'm still gonna do it in practical. But like, it was better. Like, you could just, as it says in the name, thermal. You could just see where everyone was. Much better than the regular scoped AR. Pickaxe. I'm gonna put it in can be used off spawn, because honestly, it can. If you don't have a weapon, just go in for the pickaxe. And honestly, I kind of have to put it above bottle rockets and the rusty can and everything that goes down here. Like, think about this, right? A mythic weapon is going under a pickaxe. That's how bad it was. Zapper trap. I'm putting in practical, because you throw it at like a wall. It did both sides instead of just the one side. So had someone in a box. The only problem I have with this is that it took too long to set off the trap. So people would just break out of their box before it even went off. But yeah, it's going to go on practical. Minigun, the normal one, it's going to go in S tier because even now it melts. Like, I remember when it first came out, the bloom was pretty trash from memory. But like the damage is pretty trash as well. But they've made it better, so it's going to go in S tier. Flint instantly S tier. Like, come right here and tell me to my face a more fun weapon to use in the flintlock. Oh wait. Actually, no, you could probably argue that this was more fun, but think about it, like, you could take height without it feeling cheap. To take height, it did like 75 to 90 damage. I don't really remember the exact amount, but it was very good. Automatic sniper. It was better than it is better than the semi-auto because it shot faster and it was just a pain in the ass to be against, especially if you were peeking. But that's going to go on practical. Silent pistol. I think it's going to have to be on the same level as all the other pistols that are in here, honestly, because it does have more damage. It's more accurate than the pistol, but I wouldn't see a soccer skin with the number 69 on his back rocking a silenced pistol over a SMG or a P90 or whatever it was. So it's going on practical. Storm flip. Off spawn reliable. Actually, winner, practical. Because if you were in the storm and you had one of these, you were fined for a solid 20-30 seconds. And if you were building like a sky base and you threw this down in like end zone, then you would be golden. But I don't really remember using it that much, so it's going to go in practical. Okay, charge shotgun. Dog shit. No, I'm kidding. It's going to go in practical, just like the pump. Because when this first came out, I think this had a very long, like, it wasn't too long, but it was noticeable. It had a delay between you pulling the trigger on your like controller or PC and it actually shooting. But now I think they've fixed it slightly. But yeah, it's going on practical. Kit's shotgun is going to go on practical as well. It's basically the same thing as the legendary charge, so that's going to go there. Ocean's burst assault rifle. I'm going to put this in practical because I actually think this is the second worst mythic like ever, purely due to the fact that it does less damage than a legendary burst. A legendary burst last season did more damage than the mythic one this season, so that's why it's going there. Fireflies, practical, I suppose. Sets things on fire, but now with the addition of the flare gun, there's basically no use for fireflies. Now, I think this is the purple and gold hunting rifle. I'm going to put this in S tier as well. It's just a better version of hunting rifle. The gold one does 100 body shot. Like, that's insane. I think the purple one does like 96, 95. So, yeah. That's going to go in S tier. Now, that's the tier list finished. If you disagree with any of these, let me know in the comments. Make sure to drop a lickety like and subscribe so I can feed my family. And I'll see you guys in the next video.